Donald Leggett, and welcome to this edition of Share Views, brought to you by London South East. I'm joined in the studio by Dr. Clifford Gross, Chairman of Tekcapital, the AIM-listed group which has been set up to create value by investing in new university-developed intellectual properties. Okay, let's start with today's results, Clifford. Their portfolio valuation is up, operating expenses are down. How pleased are you with those numbers?
We're really thrilled, actually. Very exciting. Our portfolio has really grown nicely. Our net asset value has increased 51% over the last year, which is a record for the company. Our service revenues are up 28% year over year, and our expenses are down 29% year over year. So what's not to like?
What's not to love? Tekcapital are based in Oxford, listed on AIM, and you hope to make value from investing in university-developed intellectual properties. So what's important to know about the investment group beyond that?
Well, it's tricky investing in university technologies because they're early stage and you have to sort of peer into them. And the first thing you need to do is to have a large pool of technologies to select from. So we've built what we think is the world's largest idea factory from universities. 4,500 institutions, 160 countries. We electronically acquire all the properties information, and we select from those properties that we think are ready for prime time. Then we set up a portfolio company, and then we put in seasoned management on top of that. So we think it doesn't guarantee success, but it increases the probability that an early stage technology will see the light of day and create shareholder value.
It's interesting. So if that's the formula, how many companies do you have so far?
We have 6 companies. We had 9. We closed 3. We didn't think they were doing well enough, and we wanted to deploy the capital to the higher value.
Was that a tough thing to do, to close the 3?
No. It's brutally objective. You have to be non-egotistical about it. There will be failures and there will be winners, in our opinion. So we have 4 though that are showing advanced signs of life that we're very excited about.
Okay, you've got that broad portfolio of IP products, 6 companies at the moment. What expertise do Tekcapital actually bring to those IP products? How do you hope to make money out of them? What's the strategy and what's the exit? There you go,
Okay.
That's it. The business in a nutshell, effectively.
Absolutely. I'll start with your last question first. The exit strategy is to create value in these companies, grow them, and then monetize the companies and distribute that monetization, or a large part of it, as a special dividend to our shareholders. That's the sort of the mechanism. The financial goal is returns on invested capital, growing our net assets and then getting good returns on invested capital, which we have shown handedly in the last year. And our expertise is scientific expertise in selecting and reviewing these properties, and then finding and hiring seasoned management. For example, Salarius, which has the world's largest opportunity for creating small salt crystals. We have crystals that are 1/100th the size of normal table salt, so you can have all the flavor of a salty snack with half the sodium. So that's great, it's great technology, but you need sophisticated management to make headway in that business. So we brought in the former brand manager for Pringles, the 4th largest snack food business in the world. We brought in as a director the former director of product development for Albertsons, the 2nd largest supermarket chain in North America. We brought in a brand manager from Procter & Gamble as CEO, Victor Manzanilla, to run that business. So the combination of compelling intellectual property plus seasoned management, we think will produce good returns on invested capital and compress the time to exits.
And where is Salarius actually based?
Salarius is a UK company, but it also has an office in Florida.
And it's low sodium, but it's also snack foods. So why,
Correct.
you haven't just opted for the low sodium side of the business. Why have you gone for snack foods?
Well, we're using the NutraSweet model. You know, NutraSweet sells the sweetener, and it also makes products that have the sweetener in it. So we think both are good for creating market share.
And how big is that market space? How
Well,
big could low
it's
sodium
very
become?
large. It's over $3 billion. All of our businesses are facing billion-dollar markets, or we will screen against them.
Which is the classic. That's exactly what you should be looking at.
Yeah, right. So
Anything
when
over
we
$1 billion
win,
is
when
big
we
good
win,
time.
we know it. You know, so
It's
so
worth winning.
Yeah, right. It's worth it. We play to win, but and we won't always win. But when we win, we'll know it. So, but to do that, you need people that have done it before. You need people that know how to make product, get it into distribution, sell it worldwide in the billions of dollars. So that's the team that we assembled for Salarius.
What kind of time frame are you looking at for success?
Well, success is sort of a spectrum, really. It's not just one point in time.
It's a nebulous concept, success.
Well, our first success we've had already, which we tested this, we brought this patented technology, and we produced the first low-sodium salt using this technology, which we thought was sort of a red-letter day.
Pretty cool day.
Yeah, really good. First 50 pounds of Salarius showed up at the door, and they were able to test it independently with research laboratories to show that, yes, the sodium was in fact roughly half of what it would normally be, and the taste test was equivalent to the normal full sodium product. So that was a successful milestone for the company. The next milestone will be selling product into distribution, which should occur in Q4 of this year. So Salarius, which is only a year and a half old, is really going gangbusters in terms of the technology and the team. You need both to have success. That's one example. Another example, Guident. Really, we're thrilled about Guident. Guident has acquired intellectual property to control autonomous vehicles with a smartphone, your desktop, or your watch. You can't buy an autonomous vehicle yet, but that's about to change. And
does that matter in terms of your market?
Well, we think it does because a patent is sort of a privilege for a limited period of time. So the quicker you can get into production with a product that's patented, the longer the runtime. Is
it worth producing an app for cars which don't exist yet, though?
Well, they will exist. The timelines are different depending on who you speak with. Elon Musk thinks they'll be available next year. Other people say 2 or 3 years. But even in 3 years, there's plenty of time for us to make a lot of headway in that market.
And what exactly do you provide? What is that?
Guident will be providing software apps that allow you to control the vehicle. So, for example, if you have an autonomous vehicle and it drops you off at work, you can have it go park itself with the Guident app. And then if you want to retrieve it to come pick you up, or you want it to join an Uber-like pool to make money for yourself while you're hard at work, your car can be hard at work picking and dropping off people.
You must have
or you want it to get a
heck of an imagination to do the work that you guys do.
Well, it's exciting. Guident also has another feature to its technology that we think will be required on all vehicles, and that is accident reporting, which is really somewhat, it's humorous in a sense, because if you have an autonomous vehicle, there's no one to get out and yell at the other driver and kick the tires.
No road rage.
There's no road rage, but the car has to report the accident to government bodies, to insurance agencies. It may need to dispatch emergency service crews or tow trucks, etc. So our software also covers what you do in the case of an accident.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. But the other interesting part, which is our way, is we coupled really capable senior management. Guident has 3 directors, led by Harold Braun, who was the CEO of Siemens Network, and we also recently added as 2 directors Johan Denishin, who was the executive vice president of General Motors and the president of the Cadillac Group, and we added Daniel Grossman, who helped build out Zipcar, which was later sold to Avis for $500 million, and also was one of the early founders of Maven.
What I can't understand is that your operating costs are down 29%, yet you've got all these big boy players on your management teams. How do you square those two?
Well, we have creative strategies for embracing these individuals by allowing them to earn significant amounts if those companies do well.
And what do they find attractive about you guys?
I think it's Victor Hugo all over again. There's nothing as exciting as an idea whose time has come.
And your ideas have come. Okay. Lucid. Tell me about Lucid. It's a sunglasses brand with various products, which include virtually indestructible frames and wireless-free audio sunglasses. In your words, tell me Lucid in your words. You're much better at it than I.
No, Lucid is an online eyeglass business, but with a difference. And that difference is we're layering technology in the business. So in addition to making proper glasses, whether they're sunglasses or reading glasses or progressive lenses or polarized lenses, Lucid will make and grind lenses, outfit them in glasses, and ship them anywhere in the world within a few days. But on top of that, we also offer technology. We can have your glasses so that you can answer your phone, listen to music, talk to Siri through your glasses. And Lucid has a product called Lucid Loud that they introduced a couple months ago that does just that, and that's going really well. And Lucid also has other products, like they have an indestructible glasses, And they also have a really remarkable online business where you can not only select your glasses, you can digitally try them on, and you can move around and they'll stay on your face on the screen so you could see what they'll look like before you actually purchase them. So we're adding technology to the buying process and to the glasses themselves. The online eyeglass business is again, $3.8 billion a year, and we reckon we can get a piece of that business with the unique niche and the unique focus that Lucid has.
It's an incredibly competitive marketplace. How will you make a difference? How do you differentiate
technology
yourself?
gives you a leg up. That's our competitive advantage. Lucid is the only place in the world where you can go and get proper prescription glasses that also have this Bluetooth-enabled feature. Proper prescription glasses that are virtually indestructible with 6 degrees of freedom hinges. And the only place really, one of the only places you can go where you can do a digital try-on without having to upload a photo. So Lucid is making really good headway. And
so these are really great ideas. Why have I not heard of Tekcapital before?
Well, I think that's the reason why we're having this interview, in part, to expand our understanding into the market. Lucid is a secret that's rapidly becoming a successful company, and Tekcapital, in a way...
It's time to know about you all.
Yeah, I think so. I think we have tremendous amounts of opportunities for investors to be able to participate in, and that's what's really exciting about Tekcapital is we're able to give exposure to these new high-growth, early-stage businesses that otherwise would be impossible to
Would you describe yourself as a high-risk, high-return business?
Yes, I think the risks are certainly there with any early-stage business, but also ameliorating those risks, mitigating them, is what management needs to do. And so how do you do that? One is you want to mitigate selection bias. In other words, you don't want to just select from 20 universities or 30 universities, even if they're really good schools. You want to have a huge pool of technologies to select from. So we built the world's largest university network. Two, you want to have sort of brutally objective procedures for assessing the scientific merit of those technologies. So we have 62 scientists to help review those technologies. And we also have a business that allows us to assess the market potential of those technologies. So that whole sort of highly thorough process, we think, gives us really good opportunities. But that's not sufficient. That's good. That's sort of table stakes. Now, if you really want to increase your likelihood of success, you must have experienced management. You don't want to have inexperienced management with new technology. That those probabilities multiply not in your favor. So we're bringing in people like we just described for Salarius and Guident that have done it before, that have built large, in some cases, billion-dollar businesses. So that's our approach.
So where did the initial funding come from?
We did a listing on AIM in 2014.
As simple as that?
Yeah, and we didn't raise much. I think all in we've raised maybe £8 million, and yet we've built these 4 remarkable companies. And a good operating business as well, which is highly profitable.
And do you have some of your money in there as well?
I'm the largest shareholder and the founding shareholder, and I'm thrilled to be in the position.
And future funding, what are your future funding requirements?
It depends on the specific portfolio companies, what they need to execute their business plans. And as they grow, they'll need more capital, and to the extent that we can, we'd like to participate in that. The others will come in as well, as have done so.
But you specifically want private retail investors to come with you on that journey?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's exciting for them. It is high risk, high reward, and one exit could be worth a multiple of our current market cap as a group. So we think it's really an interesting opportunity.
Last question.
Sure.
What's your investment case? Sum up all the strands that you've talked to me about, and give me your investment case. Why should the private retail investor come with you on the journey?
Well, if you're an AIM investor and you want to have exposure to compelling early stage technologies with high growth opportunities, we're a wonderful vehicle to achieve that exposure.
Okay, Dr. Clifford Gross, Chairman of Tekcapital and very interesting human being. Thank you very much for joining us. If you are interested in seeing more interviews like this one, then come and join us on London South East. Look for the London South East logo, click on that and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.